Are you a new or aspiring painting business owner and are looking for a new strategy on how to grow your business? Well, you've come to the right place. My name's Tanner, and I'm going to teach you my strategy on how I've scaled my painting business from zero to almost $2 million in annual revenue by having the simple rinse and repeat strategy in my business. Now, here's the deal. If you're a business owner, you're inundated with all sorts of options. Most of them are, do I buy Google leads? Do I spend money on Facebook? Do I purchase leads from Home Advisor or Angie's List, Thumbtack? This is a different day and age in home service, and I want you to be well equipped with good sound advice from someone that's already done it to help you take your business to the next level. So here's the deal. My rule of thumb is this: buy leads, spend the money. In our business, a lot of people are against this notion, and I understand why. Most reason is because people feel like lead aggregators like Angie, Thumbtack, Porch, Nextdoor, or whatever it is that's sending leads to you are sending bad or false leads. And that can't be further from the truth. Ultimately, they just wouldn't be in business if the leads weren't any good. So the reality of the situation, it's not so much about buying leads and getting bad leads. It's about having a system in place to nurture leads. I'm going to give you a quick story about my professional journey that's going to help you see things in a different light. I come from a sales background. I sold cars and I also sold life insurance. And one of the strategies of our dealership and in our agency was to hand us a stack of papers with customers' information on them. This is a cold lead. This is someone that does not want to talk to you. This is someone that is not expecting you to call, and you have to build value and build rapport on the phone call instantly. So generally speaking, I would sit in the back office of a car dealership and I would call a stack of leads. And these were people that came into the dealership that did some sort of maintenance service that could be in the market for a new car. And the same thing with my life insurance agency, it was very similar. I would sit in the back room, I would sit in the back office and get a stack of people that requested changes in Medicare, and I was selling life insurance. Ultimately, this is a real lead. This is someone that, again, cold, doesn't want to talk to you. When I got into the home service business, specifically painting business, I couldn't believe how easy nurturing leads was, especially because people wanted to talk to me. In other words, they went on Angie's List or Home Advisor and they requested to be contacted by a painting business. So for me, this was easy pickings. This was awesome. Essentially, within seconds, I would get a lead right to my phone that was interested in getting painting services done. Now, when I first started my business, I did not knock doors. I did not have a reputation. I barely had even a Google profile for the first few months of my business simply because I didn't understand the value of it. But what I did have was a steady stream of interested customers that I could at least have the opportunity to sit in front of and present an estimate to. And this made all the difference. Instead of me as an early stage business owner putting all my focus toward finding work, which really is the most stressful and the most anxiety inducing focus of an early stage painting business owner, I could instead rely on this service to send me interested individuals who wanted their house painted. And instead of focusing on that, I could focus on building out my team and building out my processes. Now, when you hear me say buy leads, really what I want you to hear is buy time. Ultimately, whether you actually spend money on leads or lead services like Angie Leads, or if you invest in Facebook ads or Google local service ads, what you're really doing is you're delegating marketing to these services, right? As a business, every business has the responsibility of marketing. And one of two things are going to take place. Either you as the business owner have to generate the interest, which means you have to create the market, or you can capitalize on the market interest that's already been generated by Angie Leads, or in some cases by Facebook ads, or in some cases by Google ads, right? So in other words, when Angie puts out an ad to homeowners, you may have seen it on TV or heard it on radio. Ultimately, what they're doing is what I told you I was doing in the car dealership or in the agency. Essentially, I was creating the interest. This is a much more difficult call to make. Hi, I know you might not be interested in a car. I saw that you came in for service and I noticed that you may be eligible for an upgrade. Now, generally speaking, people do not want to talk to you when they are not interested in a service. So you have to do a lot of overcoming and convincing just to get them interested in the service. Now, with house painting and buying leads, you're only dealing with people that have already committed to wanting the service. Now, whether they buy the service, that is for a different video, and that is a sales topic. What we're referring to is just utilizing our time only working with individuals that want our service. Now, again, whether they buy it or not, that's irrelevant. So when you're starting your business, having conversations with people that already are interested in the service that you offer is going to give you a massive leg up, and it's going to save you a lot of time. One thing that I want to mention, and this is from my many years of coaching business owners, I've noticed that there's two types of business owners. There's the type of business owner that sees what I'm talking about as an investment, and there's another type of business owner that sees it as a cost. This is going to be a reoccurring theme for you as you embark on your journey of business, and that is, am I cost focused or am I growth focused? Because if you're cost focused, you may look at buying leads as a high cost, high expense, which generally speaking it is. In some cases in the painting business, you're looking at anywhere between $70 to $120 per lead. Now, if you're a new business owner, that is a scary number. I remember what that felt like. But for me, two things occurred. Number one, I bought back my time. I was able to focus on other things. I was able to focus on growth and growing my business and producing quality work. But the second thing that happened is it forced me to close those deals, knowing that I was spending $80 to $120 per lead. I knew it. And I had the urgency to make the phone call, to do the follow-ups, to try to convert that into an opportunity. But here's the fun part. It's all a numbers game. So for example, let's say you purchase 10 leads from a lead aggregator. I don't care who it is. It's not about that. What it is about is you having the mindset of an investor. Let's say each lead was high dollar, $120 per lead. That's $1,200 in lead cost. Now, the average painting business project, in most cases when you're doing the entire house, is generally between $3,000 and $4,000. So all you need to do is sell one job to cover the cost of 10 leads. Now, here's another cool way to think about the benefit of buying leads is additional exposure. So here's how this works. When I first started my business, I would buy leads in different area codes and different zip codes. Now, what's cool about that is that when we sold a job in that area, we would win a job from a neighbor in that neighborhood or in that zip code that we met because we were in that area. Now, I would have never had the opportunity to serve an additional customer had I not made the investment in buying leads. There's a marketing principle. He who spends the most money wins the customer. If you want to win in business, you have to bet on your business. You have to double down. You have to spend the money. You are in a transactional business. Spend money, make more money. The rinse and repeat method is very simple. If I spend money on leads, that gives me more opportunities. Those opportunities will turn into more projects, which then produce more income. Generally speaking, if you do not do this, if you do not understand the concept that I'm sharing with you today of spending money to make money, which is a pretty big transition if you're coming from a job, a 9 to 5, where you didn't have this responsibility, I understand. But what I'm telling you, pay heed to this advice, is you need to look at business as a rinse and repeat system. You have got to buy the leads first. You've got to build the process. Here's the deal. If you can rinse and repeat, these leads that you purchase will not only give you more work, but they will help you learn how to sell. They will help you refine your sales process. They will give your team more reps when doing jobs. Instead of worrying about where the next job is coming from, you can instantly just pull a lever and generate new interest that you can convert to jobs. It gives you a sense of control. So with that said, there's a few components to this that I want to dive into. Number one, leads in some cases suck. It's no mistake. Sometimes leads are not legitimate. Sometimes leads don't want your services and you paid for it. Ultimately, we talked about this. Look at the big picture. In some cases, it might take 4 or 5 leads sometimes $600, $700, $800 to convert one. And you have to look at the big picture. Be a student of your numbers. Understand what your marketing cost is in relation to your sales. Justify the cost by looking at how often am I converting these sales and am I net positive? In most cases, in the painting business, you didn't have to spend much money to get started. So look at leads and look at purchasing marketing as a startup cost that in most cases, generally speaking, most businesses, there's a pretty hefty startup fee to get started. So this is all really good to spend that marketing, not only for the leads, but for the training and the reps. Second thing, you need a system in place if you are going to purchase leads. This is a no-brainer. Ultimately, there's two ways you're going to go about this. The first way is a lead comes in and you have to stop what you're doing, pick up the phone, make a phone call, try to call that lead and get them to book an appointment, right? You know this. Well, if they don't answer, naturally, you're going to feel like you need to do more. You're going to want to send that text message. You're going to want to send that email. And guess what? They might not answer. Well, the reality of the situation is this is because the world is changing. People are busy. People are at lunch break at their job, putting in that lead request, and they're not able to talk on the phone. And most people don't want to talk on the phone. That's why you need a system like DripJobs. DripJobs is the software that I created that not only is a full CRM to help you create proposals, schedule jobs, schedule appointments, do change orders, manage your entire business, but it also sends drip texts and emails to your leads. What does this mean? Well, if you get a lead that came in from Angie or even Facebook or Google LSA, you send that lead directly to DripJobs through what's called API. You can connect these sources to DripJobs, and that customer's information will drop right into the DripJobs pipeline. From there, it will automatically send texts and emails with your company logo, a link to book an appointment to get that lead to convert to an appointment and ultimately give you a shot at getting the sale. This is a necessity in 2025 and beyond, simply because obviously you're busy. Use automation for this. So check out DripJobs. You get a free 14-day trial at dripjobs.com. But ultimately, my advice to you today is look at leads as a way to grow your business. Spend the money to make the money. Don't just look at what you're selling. Look at the fact that you get more reps faster when you buy leads, and it'll help scale and grow your business with more confidence, knowing that you don't always have to worry about where your business is coming from. You could just pull the lever, rinse and repeat. My name's Tanner. Thanks for checking out my YouTube channel. I hope you got some value out of this. Just drop a comment below. I read all the comments. So if you have a question about anything, just let me know. And don't forget, we have the Contractor Secrets School community as well. So check that out. We have some courses and trainings to help you grow your business. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Have a great day and scale that business.